Hey, Shalom Akim. Call halal Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Of course, once again, double honors go out to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, who through the Spirit have told us all this truth and continue to do so with great humility. All right, this is Naaman with the DC camp, and I'm going to try to, each day I do videos, just try to highlight some of the Jakes and their stories in this book. I've got two of them. This is Dirty Little Secrets about Black history, its heroes, and other troublemakers. Because, of course, Esau, or the descendants of Esau, these Edomites, these so-called white people, they like to leave out things, all right, about our people and their accomplishments, all right, and just tell outright lies sometimes. Right. And in this particular case, today we're going to be talking about William H. West. He was a policeman. All right. And during Reconstruction, he was appointed on the DC force here. All right. And it says born 1842, and he passed on in 1915. All right. It says was an so-called African-American soldier and police officer in Washington, D.C., said to have arrested United States President Ulysses S. Grant in 1872. This is the only known record of a sitting U.S. president being arrested. All right, having said that, it might happen again. And wouldn't it be funny if this Jake in the reincarnation would slap the cuffs on your boy Trump, all right? All right, it says he's born in Prince George's County, just over the line here in Maryland. In his youth, West was enslaved. He later fought in the American Civil War in Company K, 30th United States Colored Infantry, formed in May 1863, which later fought in the Battle of the Crater. All right, and I believe that was it Petersburg? It says he was one, well, let's see, Battle of the Crater. Yeah, Siege of Petersburg. Okay. All right. So, continuing on, it says he was one of two black policemen working for the Washington, D.C. Police Department during Reconstruction. All right. And let's see what years that. Let's see. That started in 1863 to 1877. All right. Right, says he was later remembered as gentlemanly and fond of good horses, especially fast ones. He married Catherine Kate Bowie in Washington, D.C. on 11 June 1867, with whom he had 6 children. West was appointed to the Metropolitan Police Force on August 1st, 1871. All right, arrest of Grant. It says in one version of various stories relating to West and Grant, here we go. It says in 1872, West was patrolling on foot near 13th and M Streets in Washington, D.C., when he stopped the president for speeding in his horse and buggy and released with a warning for excessive speed. All right. Now, one thing, if I remember correctly about Grant, and it's a good thing they didn't have this law back then, but I believe he was really fond of strong drink. Okay. It says the next day, West observed Grant repeating the behavior and arrested him. I am very sorry, Mr. President, to have to do it, for you are the chief of the nation and I am nothing but a policeman. He was real humble about it. All right, but duty is duty, sir, and I will have to place you under arrest. That is, if you believe this account. All right. It says Grant was taken to the police station and released on a $20 bond, the equivalent to $430 in 2019. Grant did not contest the fine or arrest. Seems pretty cut and dry, right? However, when you get to the book here, let's see. Let me show you it says, if you can see it, hold on. There we go. It says President arrested. All right, see that? There you go. President arrested by black policemen. And it says, The old English adage that the king does no wrong does not apply in America. President Ulysses Grant was probably the first and only American president to be arrested. And it was a black District of Columbia policeman who performed the deed. In the late 19th century, Officer William West was on duty at 12th and M Streets. Now you see here it says 13th. All right, 13th and M Streets. On Wikipedia, in the book, it says 12th and M. All right, when he noticed a horse and carriage approaching him at a frightening pace. Dashing into the oncoming traffic, Officer West grabbed the reins and brought the carriage to a halt. All right, it says, looking inside and recognizing President Grant, Officer West apologized profusely, all right, and waved the president on. But President Grant, aware of the public relations nightmare in appearing above the law, insisted that Officer West book him for violating the district speeding law. Officer West took the president to the nearest police precinct, and you can just imagine the faces and the gawking and, you know. It says, for professionalism as an officer of the law, President Grant later promoted Officer West to a mounted policeman. Okay. So, you see the difference in these two. The one from Wikipedia and the one from this book here, who is, this is the same author that came out with the book Black Labor, White Wealth, all right? Good book. And also Powernomics, and it's a part 2 to this, but I gotta get through this. There's a lot of information in this one. But this is just highlights how, when we go, let me get some scriptures here. Let's see, let's go to, let's go to Wisdom of Solomon 5, start at the top. All right, because this is what we're doing now, and a lot of people are nervous because all the dirt is coming out on these Edomites and all the lies that they've told. All right, this is Wisdom of Solomon chapter 5 verse 1. It says, then, all right, Salaki, then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him, and we have been afflicted, all right, and made no account of his labors. Even in doing so, they twisted it up, all right, trying to actually make him look like the bad guy, all right. It says, when they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear, and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all that they look for, because, like I said, all the dirt is coming to the forefront, all right? It says, verse 3, and they repenting and groaning for anguish of spirit shall say within themselves, this was he whom we had sometimes in derision and a proverb of reproach, all right? Because we are the butt of all the jokes. We are, well, I'll let the scriptures, and this is part of the curses, all right? This is our punishment. This is, let's see. Whoops, went way too far. This is Deuteronomy 28 and 37, all right? Remember, it says, and it shall come to pass, this Deuteronomy 28 and 1, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Most High Yahweh thy power, to observe and to do all his commandments which I command thee this day, that the Most High Yahweh thy power, not everybody else's, will set thee on high above all the nations of the earth. And all these blessings shall come on thee and overtake thee if thou shalt hearken unto the voice of the Most High Yahweh thy power. Skipping down to verse 15, there's consequences if you don't. Verse 15, but it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Most High Yahweh thy power, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. All right, let's skip down to 37. And this is my point. It says, and thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword among all nations, whether the Most High Yahweh shall send thee. Nigger, coon, jigaboo, well, not porch monkey, but prairie nigger, you know, everything else. Let's go into that. All right. An astonishment. Let's go into that. That's Strong's H8047. That's Shema. Waste, horror, and appallment. All right. Desolation. Ruin. All right. We have been ruined. It says by implication, consternation, desolate. All right. A thing of wonderment. We're so effed up. It's a wonderment. All right. And again, that's the curses. All right. Now let's see what I'm gonna go try to in my next videos. I'm going to get the Good News Bible translations alongside. All right, this is Deuteronomy 28 and 37. And it says, in the countries to which the Most High Yahweh will scatter you, the people will be shocked at what has happened to you. They will make fun of you and ridicule you. And is that not so? Straight and to the point, all right? And that's what happens. Those people, that's why it says Wisdom and Solomon said they'd be astonished. These are the people of the Most High. These are his people. These people that we done made fun of, we done put down, we ridicule. They'll never be nothing. They're just there. They're niggers, coons, jigaboos. All right? Those are the people of the Most High. And it's beautiful. It is beautiful. All right? This devil has been set up. He's so proud, you know. That's what's going to be worth to see the look on these maggot farmers' faces, all right? When this happens, I can't wait. You know what? Let's get another scripture and I'll close it on this one. This is going to be Sirach or Ecclesiasticus, chapter 25, verse 7. And it says, there be 9 things which I have judged in my heart to be happy, and the 10th I will utter with my tongue. A man that hath joy of his children, which we do not on this side. But here's the point. And he that liveth to see the fall of his enemy. And we're seeing this devil go down now. His kingdom is falling. All right. And now you understand what Luke 10 and 18 mean. All right. When he talks about, well, let me get it. This is Luke 10, because the mirth of this place is gone. You know, you saw Times Square. Nobody was there. It's beautiful. This is Luke 10 and 18. It says, and he said unto them, this is Yahweh Shai, I beheld Satan as lightning fall from heaven. His kingdom is falling. He's falling. And it's happening quickly. All right. So let's go, like I said I was going to do, let's go to the Good News. Let's go to, let's see, Luke 10 and 18. Yahushua answered them, I saw Satan fall like lightning from heaven. And you got to understand in the context, it's talking about human adversary. It's not talking about spiritual demon, all right, that sits on the left hand, all right, because he is doing what he was created to do. You know, that's that Christian make-believe, you know, Satan was cast out of heaven and all that. They don't understand what that really means, all right? It's talking about human adversary or his emissary here on the earth, his physical counterpart, all right? And that's the nation of Edom, the descendants of Jacob's brother Esau, who you call or refer to as so-called white people, all right? They are the wicked, all right? So I don't want to go on too much on this, but yeah, they love twisting stuff to suit them, all right? Once again, this has been on William H. West, all right, who was a Jake that lived during and after the American Civil War, all right, and he is credited with arresting President in office, Ulysses S. Grant. And like I say, it could happen again, because if Trump overstays his tenure, they already said it on several talk shows I saw a couple of months ago, then they already had something in place for that, and that's just simply trespassing. And you might see a repeat in this, even though he will be at that point a former president, but still, that's not a good image. All right, so with that, I hope whoever views this is edified. Of course, that's what we aim to do. All right, and the process of trying to wake up the remaining hopeful elect. So with that, hey, shalom.